Hi, and welcome to my Saturday stream and scream of Danganronpa investigation. I'd better check the Monokuma file before anything else. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the third floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. Okay, well, never mind on the suicide. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Monokuma file number 4 has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Okay, so someone drugged her, then hit her upside the head? I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that? The only way into the rec room door is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right?
In other words...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking! This is a classic locked room murder. A locked room murder? I guess you might see this kind of thing in a lot of mystery books or movies or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this? Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind. When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving locking of the room. Basic approaches including a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door and see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun, you shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
However...
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have a gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. Somebody check under the billiard table right now!
In other words...
Well, actually, no, everyone's here. They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up with everyone else, and that's that. Could have been possible,
It's
maybe.
True.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all.
In other words...
By that I mean there's actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too? I believe so, yes. Somebody check, like, the ceiling, see if there's a vent. There's gotta be, like, a way for air conditioning to get in here, right? So when it comes to locker room mystery, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Wait, which one of those is the one where they kill themselves and lock the room themselves and there isn't actually a murder? I feel like that should be one of them. Then Kyoko, which of these 4 choices seems most likely? It's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. The way the killer set up the locked room, until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Okay. So, allegedly, there's no other way out of here. But, like, what about a vent or something? Is there seriously no vents? Shit, there's no vents. Well, there is a locker over here. There's locker open, and there's on the inside a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in the dust. And it looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra. Maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open. During all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group. Unfortunately, that's not a possibility.
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. What does this handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the truth bullets of your section of your handbook. This one seems very, very interesting. There are shards of glass shattered all over the chair. Okay, so she was hit with like a bottle or something. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. The figure on the floor has been added to your truth bullets. There are 4 red bottles. Ah, and inside each type of bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottle?
So...
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. You know where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that?
In other words...
This is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma in a bottle, if you will. The Monokuma figure was found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started in the bottle, means Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle. The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was a weapon. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf, which come from Sakura, but that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Okay. Some kind of wrapper. That's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Well, yeah. I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might calm her down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really liked them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really liked them that much? Goddamn. I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. How would you know? You have not eaten the candy since this death. They could still be delicious. Don't you dare label the candy as flavorless until you know for sure. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. What a nice little wrapper. It's so cheerful. All right. Ooh, what's going on over here? There's some kind of plastic container rolling around the entrance.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she liked her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments. I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. Reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all sorts of healthy stuff, so she must have gotten this from the chem lab. But that's strange.
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
They aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it.
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're going to want to take note of it. Okay, so someone broke the window to get in there. Did it somehow fix the window? Huh. I wonder how that's possible. This door is the only way in or out. The door doesn't have a lock. There's no evidence it's been tampered with. The only noticeable change is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke to get inside. There's no evidence of any kind of string or mechanism used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence of any kind of string or mechanism used on the chair. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not the outside. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped in the chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what caused her to vomit blood? She hadn't suffered any other additional injuries. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood? Not a chance. Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location.
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? It does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely hasn't to be connected with why she died.
What the heck?
They already know who did it!
Forgive you.
Byakuya, Toko, Ohiro, it had to be one of them! They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't really want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me, she said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force, this never would have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Her account's been added, but the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly.
What?
What did you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her, but is that the truth? Until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, rude.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not exactly the type to go down without a fight. That's what I said!
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand? Poison! I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise,
Certainly.
right? They would have needed to if they expected to stand any kind of chance against her. Well, Makoto, have you finished your general investigation? I think so.
then.
You should probably go talk with people for now. I'm on guard
Listen
duty,
to
so
me.
I can't leave. Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we've had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet two other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Sayaka. So Toko should be like right here, right? Yeah. After a few seconds. Hi again.
Who's there?
Most negative aura I've ever felt. The aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good
Hey,
mood.
I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
I want to talk about the fact that Sakura has asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me that she asked to meet with him. She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? Yes, now it's totally obvious, isn't it? Yeah, pretty much. So can you just tell me about it? I admitted I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated to her room. Toko's account has been added to the truth bullets section. Celeste's room. Oh. Leon, dead. Yasuhiro!
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How did you know about that? I don't know why that came out like that. Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one you wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that you wanted Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? No. She gave it to me in person. She happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with her?
You're wrong.
No way. I totally didn't meet with her. Why would I even do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious. Last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
Look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Hiro is feeling around in his pockets. Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile in his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. Huh?
What?
Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
Anyways, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went, so well, if you excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was trash, but there's no way that was all to it. Pocket trash has been added to the truth bullets. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What's next? I definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where do I start? Alright, so we need to go up to the tippity top floor that we can reach. So we can get to... there it is. Chem lab! What the fuck are you doing in here, Byakuya? Tampering with the evidence?
What?
Did you have your eye on the chem lab, too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. No, I'm pretty sure I said, I meant to say, got it, you fucking turd. I mean, what? Huh. Well, there's something spilt on the ground, but it's not letting me really look at it. But I can't get over how big it is. Oh my. I should probably just take a closer look at it. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together by one giant shelf. More important right now, that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf. Careful not to step in it. Someone has already. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, you mean me, don't you? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go. Chop, chop. So I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. Not bad, for you, I mean.
I see.
So when you look at this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business in the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight for that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left.
I see.
These footprints must be.
Certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? No.
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Okie dokie. So the powder themselves... There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the ground. It better not leave a footprint. Yeah, that definitely looks like a poison jar. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Isn't this where all the powder came from? The bottle looks like it had a label on it, Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning and checked things out, and at this point, the room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled. That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is what had happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added. Bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. Remains of the broken bottle. Looks like the bottle was Chem C4. Also looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the position of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Can I ask him about his own shoes? Guess not. On this shelf is, one look I can tell, nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. And the containers on the shelves are all labeled the letter C and a number, so I guess I consider this part of the shelving section C. On this shelf is, it looks like a bunch of chemicals. I have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh? What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world? The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter right now. I need to focus on this shelf. All the containers are labeled with a B and a number. Nothing out of the ordinary, in which case I don't have to worry about this shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers are labeled with A and a number. Well, I see one right there that's labeled C9. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labeled C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? I should try and find out more about the shelving in it. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A is dietary supplements, B is reagents, and C is lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. What concerns me is in this section there's a bottle labeled from Section C. What's a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Okay, so somebody took a bottle from Section A and took a bottle from Section C. When they took the bottle from Section C, they knocked another bottle down, broke it, and spilled it across the ground. At that time, there were no footprints in the dirt. They left, used the poison, then came back to put the poison back. When they put the poison back, they put it in the wrong shelf, and then they put it, back in A, leaving the footprints. Why would they want to... Well, I guess they're hiding the poison to show how they weakened her? Maybe? They're trying to hide that the poison was out. But why are they trying to hide that the poison is out? I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should take another look around the rec room. Is Byakuya still here? I'd like to know your shoe print, buddy.
I see.
Makoto, I have to admit you have a good eye for spotting useful clues. But you also need to learn how to make use of those clues. Well, I'd like to make use of your goddamn shoes right now. Huh?
I see.
Fucking hell. Sure, whatever, game. Totally makes sense. Rec room is... Where the fuck is the rec room? Upstairs. There it is. So much shit goes down in the rec room.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko and Toko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying.
Anyway,
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These things have revealed new clues. You'll do well to look over them one more time. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here. and we will check this room when we come back. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give me that thumbs up if you did. When this goes live on YouTube, go ahead and hit follow on here if you'd like to know more about when I go live on Saturdays, and subscribe on YouTube if you'd like more daily videos. Thanks you guys for coming out to the stream. I really appreciate you guys keeping me company and talking to me about all of this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright. Bye, bye, bye. What the fuck is that?